Hi there, this is Rivera, the itinerant librarian, and this is my third attempt to try to put this video together to highlight a few books we acquired here at Hutchins Library at Berea College that I am adding to my list of books to be read, and I'm hoping to read them soon. So let's just go down the list. I got 5 books this time, plus a bonus book, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So let's just get going. The first book is a short little paperback. The book is The College Student's Research Companion, Finding, Evaluating, and Citing the Resources You Need to Succeed. That's the cover right there. It's a book from the folks at the American Library Association, ALA. And it's exactly that. It's a guide on how to do research, covering stuff from selecting your topic, to evaluating your sources, to finding articles, books, and what to do with the sources when you find them. So I will admit I will probably skim through a little bit of this so I can then review it write a short review for the library's blog and then write a longer review for my own blog. And I hope students find it useful. The book is The College Student's Research Companion. So that's the first one. Next, let's have a little bit of a look at history. The book is Japan's Infamous Unit 731, First-Hand Accounts of Japan's Wartime Human Experimentation Program by Hal Gold. That's the book right there, Japan's Infamous Unit 731. I'll be honest, this is not a topic I knew a whole lot about. I mean, I'm somewhat familiar with what the Nazis did in World War II in terms of medical experimentation. And I even read a biography of Dr. Mengele, which I include the review in my blog. I'll see if I can remember to link it below. This book, the topic I didn't know a whole lot about, so I decided to pick it up. A little bit from the description, some of the cruelest deeds of Japan's war in Asia did not occur on the battlefield, but in quiet antiseptic medical wards in obscure parts of China. Far from front lines and prying eyes, Japanese doctors and their assistants subjected human guinea pigs to gruesome medical experiments in the name of science. Yikes. So I will let you know how that goes. The book is Japan's Infamous Unit 731. It is published by Tuttle Publishing. Next is a book that you might consider reading for Black History Month, but obviously you can read it at any time. I could have picked this probably for Black History Month, but for a brief moment I forgot I had it, and I went ahead and picked something else. We'll talk about that. Anyhow, this book is Black Punk Now, Fiction, Nonfiction, and Comics. It's edited by James Spooner and Chris L. Terry. Let me give you a little bit of the description. This is a collection of original nonfiction, fiction, and comics about the Black punk experience as told by the people who are living it. It celebrates punk's DIY spirit while creating a new reference point for music lovers, readers, and historians. It is an anthology for those who've been in the scene for decades and as well as newcomers searching to see themselves on the page. It highlights a diversity of perspectives, identities, and styles. It looks at Afrofuturism, fairy tales, bracing realities. The narrative and instructive nonfiction shares everything from surprising family histories to actionable DIY liberation tactics. So there you have it. The book is Black Punk Now. This is published by, who the heck publishes this? I should have probably checked this before. Let's see. Work with me here a moment. It's published by Soft Skull out of New York. So there you have it. Black Punk Now. Now you may be wondering, why is he not reading that for Black History Month? It's because I picked something different this time around. And what I'm reading for Black History Month is Our History Has Always Been Contraband in Defense of Black Studies. This is edited by Colin Kaepernick, Robin D.G. Kelly, and Kianga Yamata Taylor. And this is basically a defense of the field of Black studies. It came out as a response to some of the situation with censorship and banning books going on in Florida right now. The core of the book is a series of various texts, historical texts, the kind of texts that places that Florida don't want you to read. So they are here in a nice easy to read format. So this is what I picked for Black History Month. And as soon as I finish it, I hope to have a review on my blog. So far, so good, and I am liking it and finding it interesting. The book is published by Capernaum Publishing in partnership with Haymarket Books. On a different track, I found The Good Neighbor, The Life and Work of Fred Rogers. This is, let me get you a little bit of the description. This is the first full-length biography of Fred Rogers. It tells the story of this unique and enduring American figure based on original interviews, oral histories, and archival documents. The Good Neighbor traces Rogers' personal, professional, and artistic life through decades of work, including a surprising decision to walk away from the show in 1976 to make television for adults, only to return to the neighborhood with increasingly sophisticated groups of episodes, created in collaboration with experts on child development about complex issues such as divorce, discipline, mistakes, anger, and competition. Many adults nowadays grew up on Mr. Rogers. I know I was exposed to Mr. Rogers here and there. And I have seen both the movie with Tom Hanks as well as the recent documentary that they made about his life. So this seemed like a nice selection to try to pick up and read. The book is published by Abrams Press out of New York. And again, it is The Good Neighbor, The Life and Work of Fred Rogers. And finally, this last book is something I picked up completely out of serendipity. Here's what happened. I'm sitting in my office like I'm doing now, minding my own business, so to speak, when a student comes in and says, we have a phone call, a faculty member would like to bring their class over for some library instruction. Now, this is one of those, we're coming, and somebody needs to make this work. And guess who had to make it work? Wow. Anyhow, so they came in, I did the session for them, we talked about it, talked about some of the, did the class, right? And one of the things we covered was talking about misinformation and disinformation. So after class, I find myself looking at the new books shelf, as I often do, and I found this book, which was just perfect. I wish I would have known about it when I did that class. The book is Liar in a Crowded Theater, Freedom of Speech in a World of Misinformation. Here's the title page. Theater. Let me give you a little bit about the description. The author addresses one of the most pressing issues in modern American life, the pervasiveness of lies, the constitutional protection they enjoy, the harm they cause, and how to combat them. The two most recent presidential elections, the battle against the coronavirus and the January 6th attack on the Capitol, demonstrate the power of lies, their pervasiveness online, and the damage they can inflict. So we'll see how that one goes. It's just like, I don't know, Cosmic Joker just dropped the book on me and said, you got to read this. Okay, so the book again is The Liar in a Crowded Theater, Freedom of Speech in a World of Misinformation by Jeff Kosef. It is published by Johns Hopkins University. There's the cover again. And those are 5 books plus one that I'm adding to my reading list, and the one that I'm currently reading. And that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. I will put the WorldCat links down below so you can find the books in a library near you. In the words of Walter Mercado, mucha paz, mucho amor. You know the drill. If you like the video, please hit like. If you want to keep seeing more stuff, feel free to subscribe. I'm not the most regular of YouTubers, but I do try to post here and there when I can and the work allows me. Thank you for tuning in again, and have a great Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.